Hello and welcome back to... I shouldn't even have to say it by now. The finger says it all. Fox's last nerve anyway. Yes, this is... yeah. My God. Where do we begin? First of all, here we go. So about a week ago, I got a lovely little letter here to renew my tax credits. I thought, okay, great. I'll do it online. Did it online last year. It's piece, ideal. I go to do it online. Security checks. You're telling me you have to security check me to prove who I am? Well, last year it was just a number that was on the form that you had to fucking type in. Seriously. And to top it off, the government are paying 4 companies. Post Office, some shitty one I never heard of, Experian, and some other fuckers. And what? I have to get security checks to renew the money that I get each week. It makes no fucking sense. Last year, type the number in the form, done, end of. Go through everything. Yeah, happy days. And oh my fucking God, they're idiots. They really are absolute morons. I give in. I truly do give in. Experian, I don't trust them as far as you could throw them, to be honest. And as for the post office, well, they don't even know what the fuck they're doing in a post office. I renewed my driving license. When was it? March or April time. Renewed my driving license, okay? And this is how knowledgeable they are in the post office, I might add here. So obviously she cuts up the old one, fine, gets with the counterpart, and yeah, so it comes to it. Yeah, so how long would it take? Normally it takes about 3 weeks. Three fucking weeks. Guess what? It was here in 3 days. If that, to be honest with you, if that. Honest to God, they're trusting the post office to do security checks. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to renewing a driving license and how long it takes, for crying out loud. Now, fair enough, I understand, benefit of the doubt. It comes to a point where it depends how busy DVLA are, and that's fine. But the minute they were, at the time, they were in a transition phase because they're trying to phase out. Obviously, in the UK, you get your photo card and you get some piece of shitty paper counterpart, which I've ripped up and put in the bin now, thank God. Yeah, and they're trying to phase it out. And of course they'll be changing everything around, main hub, I think still just going to be in Swansea. They're closing most of the branches down, if not all closed by now. And yeah, and so you take all that into account, you think, well, okay, yeah, it could be 3 weeks. But it goes to show they're sitting there twiddling their fucking thumbs if it takes 3 bloody days. The post office need to seriously have some good training sessions, honest to God. Ooh, my door's open. Yeah, so fucking security checks, man. It's ridiculous. And I just went into a rage last night, and I shut the computer down, and yeah, I went downstairs and I turned the Xbox on. Because oh my God, frustration was setting in. And then if you answer no to one of these certain things before you have to go on to the security check by one of these fucking shitty third-party companies that the government are paying shitloads of money to, then yeah, if you click on no, I think it's to do with like a bank statement or something. Have you got a bank statement for proof? Really? A bank statement for proof? My fucking God, I mean seriously. It's just outrageous. You pay mine, my partner's and my kids' money into the bank. So yes, I do have a bank statement. Am I going to bother my ass digging it out of a drawer to go fuck it, just for you? No. And then of course if you click no to that, there's a little tab that comes up on the Experian one. So normally it's about 5 or 6 tabs, just confirming who you are, blah blah blah. And yeah, and there's an additional tab for further security checks. Further fucking security checks. I know who I am. I mean, Jesus Christ. Government are just trying to fuck everybody over, aren't they? They really are. And I know I said I'd keep this whole political thing to a minimum, which I am trying to do, but when things like that happen, that's out the question, I'm afraid. And, oh, good God. It just, oh, I wouldn't really say it pisses me off so much. It just grinds on me, the fact that they're asking, before long they're going to be asking you what your first fucking dog's name was. I'm telling you. You know, what was the name of your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather? And then, moving on. No, I'm going to leave that part till last, because we're going to end this video at least on a good note, like I always try and do. And then, obviously, you've had Sepp Blatter resigning. I did that in the last Nerf special, but it now turns out that he is actually being investigated himself. Well, the Americans are real geniuses, aren't they? I could have fucking told you that. Remember, I pointed out 17 years without him knowing about a single thing. Get fucked. You know, and then he refused to resign as well. And you've got to ask yourself, why? Why would you refuse to resign amid it? You know, this huge scandal. As it stands, fucking bidding for the 2026 World Cup has been suspended by FIFA. They've had no choice, they've had to. So, yeah, so a new president will be elected on some point in July, I think it is. I think it's middle of July, roughly. I'm not sure. I haven't really checked the dates too much. I just sort of scan reading. Yeah, FIFA are fucked, aren't they? They really are. I mean, you got Interpol. They've red flagged Jack Warner for fuck's sake. You know, they're doomed. You know, the foundations, they haven't been rocked. The foundations are gone. It's a crumbling mess at the minute. It really is. And you know what? It's sad to say it, but it's actually a fucking good thing. Damn right it is. Because it's about time that somebody did something to, you know, to stabilise fucking football. I've read somewhere as it stands, EA are still going to be making the FIFA games. However, they're kind of set in two minds about it from what I've been reading online. I know you can't take anything you read online as true, so I'll state that now. Yeah, but you know, that'd be a shame because that'd be a huge franchise. And to be honest, it won't affect EA because they'll get the compensation they would get from FIFA because of this. Because why would you want to be associated with a corrupt, bureaucratic, fucking non-democratic pile of shite like FIFA? I do not know. But yes, so two minds. Well, I think they'll keep it going. They'll keep it going because you know they've had a huge announcement. Because this brings me on to the other thing. People are getting they're going irate because EA made a huge announcement to do with FIFA 16, and then all of a sudden it comes out that they've included international women's teams. That is not a bad thing. Why would it be a bad thing? To be honest, obviously we all know women's football, without being sexist, it's not, to me it's not as entertaining to watch as it is as men's football. And that's not being sexist, that's just my honest opinion, okay? But, you know, they have nowhere near the amount of money that men's football have getting thrown at it, you know, fucking left, right and centre, and oh my god. But it's about time it did get recognised. And, you know, it is a real ballsy move by EA to include I know it's just the international teams, but it's a fucking ballsy move to include it. And you know what? There's a saying we use here in England. I'll even take my hat off to them because it's a gutsy move, and it's about time they got. Okay, it's not a lot of recognition. It's a little bit, but it's better than nothing. It is better than nothing, and it's a start, and it is a massive step in the right direction, though. So, and that brings us on to the happy note. Here we go. This is it. Within the next 24 hours, John Carver will leave Newcastle United. It's a shame, because I wanted him to stay on as manager and just fuck the club over, because he apparently is the best coach in the world. Oh God. There's only one award that man will win, and that would be Best Twat in the World award. Simple as that. And they're going to get... I don't believe this. Oh, my phone's gone off. And Newcastle are set to replace Steve McLaren. Bear with me. This is very unprofessional. I do apologise. I apologise to the highest standard. Women fear. Oh dearie me. Just finishing. Can't even spell. There we go. Okay. Yes, so, yeah, Steve McLaren, the Wally with the brolly. Oh, God, he's going to be back in the Premier League. You know, I thought it was a good thing we fucking got rid of him. But he's like a horrible, horrible disease that just won't go away. He'll keep coming back for more. Actually, sounds like John Carver, doesn't he? Wow. Very interesting. And the worrying thing is, he hasn't really managed in the Premier League for God knows how long. And, yeah. Oh, fucking hell. I will give it 6 games before he whips out that brolly. I'm telling you. I'm going to call that now. You know, you hire a guy. You know, Newcastle are rapidly becoming the new Sunderland. We've had Dick Advocaat stay on, which is great. Only for a season, but, you know, he's kept us safe last season with the most emotional draw ever at Arsenal. Oh, it still even brings a tear to my eye just to think when that full-time whistle went, you know. The emotion that overcame me, never mind the players that were on the fucking pitch, was unreal. But yes, yeah, so he's going to steady the ship, but Steve McLaren hasn't managed a Premier League club in, fuck me, I think I was a kid, put it that way. You know, I think I just turned into a teenager when he was last managing a Premier League club, and I'm 27 now. But yeah, and Newcastle rapidly becoming the new Sunderland. They're looking at the lower leagues for managers. It's, yeah, Mike Ashley, we all know, is a money grabbing bastard, but well, never mind, each to their own, I suppose. Greedy fucking fat pig. But yeah, they're gonna struggle. I can see it now. They've got a lot of deadwood to get rid of. Okay, yeah, Sunderland have, but Ellis Short has said now that he's going to be putting his money where his mouth is. You know, the list of 6, the big 6 by Big Dick. You know, they're the players he wants. They're the players that he's going to have to give him. And it wouldn't surprise me if in that contract that's what, yeah, that 1-year extension, wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, you get these 6 in, or whatever players I want, then yeah, I'll stay on for a year and that is it. So yeah, yeah, and then going back to Newcastle and their deadwood, they've got a lot to get rid of. You know, they released Jonas Gutierrez and Ryan Taylor fucking by a phone call. There's no bollocks in that club whatsoever, is there? They've got no spines about them whatsoever. I don't even know if Mike Ashley would have a spine really, with how big he is. No offence if there's any, you know, big people watching this, but you know, that's just one way to describe that man. I don't mean you in general if you are big and you're watching this, okay? It doesn't bother me. People's sizes don't bother me, but you know, when it comes to money, the ideal way to describe Mike Ashley is a big, fat, fucking greedy twat. That's it, okay? There's nothing against anyone else that's fat. Sorry, I'll rephrase it. That's big. Yeah, so, yeah. And to be honest, with a name like Steve McLaren or Dick Advocaat, who are you going to want to sign for if you're a player stuck in the middle? You know, you have Wally with the brolly. You have trophy winner, survival specialist, Dick Advocaat. And if I remember rightly, last time McLaren was in charge of a Premier League club, it was the season that they got relegated, but not under his management because he got sacked because he was shite. but or they were on the verge of relegation. It was something similar to that, but yeah. So yeah, unbelievable. But yes, the best coach in the world has gone. I dread to think who the fuck's gonna hire him. He should have been in line for the running for West Ham. And on that bombshell, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. As always, I've been Silver Fox, and I will simply leave you with the finger of doom. Oh god, that's terrible.